Hello, friends. Again, in this session, I would like to speak on some of the topics, key concepts which are related to microfinancing industry. The first segment which is going to come in our discussion is bottom of pyramid. There is a concept which is given by Professor C.K. Prahlad, in which the total population is split into different categories. Like we have three categories from top to bottom. We have the majority proportion in the bottom, and then this proportion is getting reduced the moment you go to the top. So top category is like, actually this classification is done on the basis of income groups. So when income is more, you see very few people in your total population who are billionaires or very rich category. So they go into your top category. Yani bottom of the pyramid is like from bottom we are looking into it, but top is for rich people, HNI people. Middle income group will comes then in second category, and then low income group will come in third category. Now you see, when we are discussing this subject of microfinancing, the interest and the relevance of this concept is not at the top and the middle level, it is at the bottom level, where people who are actually excluded out from your financial ecosystem, they are considered. And you see, we need to bring in an inclusive system, hence we may have a sustainable overall ecosystem. So bottom of pyramid emphasizes that the bottom of your pyramid is again a very important segment to cater as a market, to cater as a potential for country's growth. This is our first term. The second term which is coming in is like financial inclusion. If you look at this picture, ladies are showing, maybe they're showing their this RuPay card. This is the debit card, and they're trying to showcase that they have been given some recognition by the financial system, and they are independent now. If they want to withdraw something, if they want to like use it for some later reference, you see they have their independence from their families. So microfinancing aim at bringing those people who are living at the bottom of the pyramid some sort of, like they connect them to in formal financial system, and then finally enable them to save, borrow and access various other financial services like insurance and trading facilities. Now you see, this is the first step that they are doing. They are opening an account and getting a debit card. Now let's go forward. Now, the next term that we have is microcredit. There are two pictures at the bottom. If you look close, you'll find in left side picture there is a person with a booklet on left hand and some currency notes in right hand. And there is a lady sitting in sari, blue sari on left side. She looks like a coordinator who is doing this collection, or maybe some sort of collection of installments or EMI. Okay, and she's also having a ledger or a register where she's putting up some entries. Maybe this is a weekly interaction, or maybe it is a fortnightly interaction in which people are actually paying back their installments to these microfinancing institution representatives. Okay, so on right side you see the person, the male fellow is from the institution, because looking into his formal dress code, he is from a company who's coming in into this village, interacting with village ladies and trying to give them some money. Okay, so you see, microcredit is a small loan which is usually given without any collateral. It gives you a power to do something, to start certain venture, small venture of your own, to expand your small business if it is already running, and it will ultimately help you to improve your livelihood. You see, what we are doing is we are enhancing your existing capacity by giving you some financial support. You know, let's take an example. Let's say Lata is a person who is owning a dhaba. This dhaba has a sitting capacity of only 5 people. So how many people can you cater at one point of time is only five. But there is a huge crowd who is waiting outside. You see, they people will not be waiting for long. They'll move here and there. So what Lata needs to do is like, she has to expand her capacity so that she can accommodate more people into the shop. Now you see, for this expansion, you need to have bigger place, you need to have bigger sitting arrangement, you need to have better cooking facilities, you need to have some assistants. Now you see, you need to have someone who is going to be there on reception or collecting orders. You see, for this you need some extra money. And here you see, this is like, we in microfinancing we go up to a certain limit only. Okay, so your requirements, according to your like financial requirements, we may suggest you under which category can you fall. So microcredit means small loans only. Next is like, we do have a concept of micro savings. See, there are three pictures on actually these are the cover pictures of some editions. of magazines which are there available for public reference. Opening, let's read their theme or title, what they are putting. Opening doors to micro saving. The lady is smiling. The intent is to show ki the people who is into this vulnerable community, they are able to connect to the financial system, and now they are saving their resources. They are earning interest on the same. Second is like you see the second picture in center is showing secure gold, secure future. Now you see your future is in your hand. If you are able to save something now for your next generation to come in, or who are already there in existence, you see, you if their future is safe, that means like it is actually a prosperity to your own family. Okay, so it need not to waste and need to be very careful when it comes to spending or any sort of expenditure, and especially into this community, saving is very tough. So if you can save whatever best possible, like it adds to your comfort zone during your emergency period. Like COVID was a severe emergency. And then the third picture is again opening doors to financial security. Now financial security means once you have signs of prosperity, you have certain business models who are running. Let's say the lady in the picture is starting with some meal facility or home delivery of meal facility in an area near to a campus, a university. You see, you can deliver to whatever is your best. Demand is huge. You're earning income. You're doing business at your place where you don't have any rental costs. You don't need to hire expert. You are yourself in a hire expert of this particular domain of cooking. So to certain extent, you can do it off your own. Once you expand from a minor initiative to a major initiative, you see, you can go and you can like inquire various loan facilities through formal channel too. So microfinancing is into the first stage. Banking will come in second stage, where your setup is already recognized. It has some past couple of years of experience. Then you see you do have something to offer as collateral. Now we are talking one more term, which is micro insurance. You see, when I say insurance, insurance is covering your risk. So these people who are into vulnerable community, they may have certain assets at their disposal. These assets may have some value. Like let's say this shop owner has value goods valued rupee 2 lakh rupee in his shop. If something goes wrong in shop, let's say a fire happened in that shop and everything is destroyed. So you see this fellow will have no future from here. So 2 lakh rupee material, if it is there in your small shop, or let's say 50,000 rupee material, or let's say 10,000 rupee cycle on which you are running a Jugaad shop, you see this cycle and your material, which is what 10,000 is great value for a person of that, from that community. So you need to make sure you're given some cover for your whatever assets you have. First and foremost is like in every family, usually what happens is like few members are working and others are majorly dependent on these two three members, or maybe one family member. Father is working, mother and kids, they are dependent. Now you see, if something happens to father, what will happen to family? Now, this is very important, and it is actually a real hard reality of ours. Like once a person is no more, family is going into a distress. Now you see, this vulnerable community is also under threat. So same insurance under the name of micro insurance can be offered it to this segment. In micro insurance, you see premiums are made affordable. Premiums are subsidized by various insurance companies. Now, you see, when you give them something which is subsidized, you create awareness, you tell them the need of the product. You see, customer is ultimately going to buy it if that person feels the connect and feels the pressure. Now, you see, let's say I'll give you one more example of it where you'll understand. Means not in immediate recent past, but in past you must have heard something about disease which spread widely in various milch animals. Any animals whom we have for dairy purpose, like cow, buffalo, goat. So you see, they were struggling with this problem called as foot and mouth disease. And when you come through or you go through some crisis like this, what will happen for your inventory or your cattle's? They are not well. They will not be able to give you some income. So if you might have done some insurance from the milk that is being produced by these cattle regularly in a normal situation. So if certain situations will happen like foot and mouth disease and your production of milk is being hampered, so you see you can recover for the loss from insurance company. The thing is like they are not aware about such policies. Insurance company knows that this is a vulnerable segment, so most of the companies, they are very commercial in nature, so they would not like to promote certain products which are meant for such these vulnerable communities. So maybe I should. And you see, cattle insurance for the asset, like the household which this farmer is holding, or maybe the warehouse where he's storing his food products. Now you see they all also like very much eligible for insurance. And you never know, certain unforeseen events in future will bring in catastrophic results for the family and their future. So hence they also can take such insurance policies under micro insurance category. Now you see, the next thing which we are studying here is like social impact or impact assessment of these microfinancing institutions. It is very important that you should understand that microfinancing will bring in financial stability for the vulnerable communities or the communities who are at high degree of risk. They are struggling because of poverty, they are struggling because of unemployment, they are struggling because of improper skill set, they are struggling because of like in improper facilities that are available at their disposal. So you see, we need to bring in this concept of microfinancing for their improvement in standard of living. Now you see, next word which is very prevalent in this subject of microfinancing is empowerment, and ultimately leading for entrepreneurial orientation development. You see, this is a group of ladies who are showcasing something on their mobile phone. I can see this lady sitting in center, standing in center with orange color sari, is showcasing me something called as barcode. Okay, maybe this barcode is a connection to his bank account. She may be, let's say, a restaurant owner. She may be like a person who is running a shop. She may be a person who is running a like a bookstore. You see, they all are young women entrepreneurs who have been trained on a particular skill set, who have started their initiatives with some financial support, and now ultimately you see they are so much prosperous that they know how to use this technology to receive payments from outside world. Now you see, they need not to deal in physical cash. Change problem is no more there. They're very smart. So income generation for all participants is the ultimate goal of microfinancing. It gives you, when you have money in your pocket, you have empowerment. Very clear. Nothing more than this. You have money, you can buy anything and everything. Okay. Now you see sustainable development goal here. Some of them they are mentioned. I'll go little bit faster. Poverty elimination, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation. Again, this is from a like rural area. This will be a challenge, and climate action. You see nowadays, you see lots of like disasters happening everywhere. State of Himachal Pradesh, uh, Punjab, J&K, everywhere, Uttarakhand, they are all going through these natural calamities. Losses are huge. So there is a serious, like there is a serious point here. What we need to do is like we need to bring in an ecosystem which is environment friendly ecosystem. So when you are caring about this community which is vulnerable, you see preservation of your environment can be ensured through their participation too. So microfinancing not only eradicates poverty but also brings in gender equality and economic growth, sustainable economic growth. Now, group lending is another term which will be widely used. Here, loan is given to a group, not to one. So, when you are doing individual lending, chances are there that the person may default. But when it is like you see, when it is a bigger group, you see chances of default is very less, is very less. And you see, we are having a concept of collective responsibility. Collective responsibility means everyone is accountable for each other's action in a group. So you see banks, you see, if you see the first picture and the second picture, you'll see something in green and red. This is nothing but Bangladesh flag. Okay, so because this concept of microfinancing started from Bangladesh, under the leadership or under the guidance of Mohammad Yunus. Hence, you see in this picture, we have brought in this Bangladeshi logo to just give you an idea that group lending is based on high social trust, larger reach, and collective responsibility. So, all these three fundamental principles will be taken care when it is like group lending concept through microfinancing institutions. Now, next term which is coming in here is repayment discipline. You see, microfinancing relies on trust, and the only thing you have your sustainable model is like when your borrowers who are taking money, they are able to repay your dues on time. If you don't get your money, this is non-performing asset, and non-performing asset will stop all your future projects, and you will not be able to contribute much for microfinancing initiative. Hence, it is important for you to make sure that whatever model you are building in, the loan amount that you are giving in, it has some sort of recovery possibility. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.